Thank you. Now it's hard to believe actually, the 30th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square protests in China, and to commemorate the event, British East Asian artists are presenting pieces that explore protest, press freedom and human rights. I'm very pleased to say that in the studio, the actors Gabby, Wong and Daniel York Lowe. Very good to see you this morning. For those of us who remember what happened in Tiananmen Square, it is still hugely shocking to see all those images of the students and the tanks just moving on them. Are we hitting a point though where, as much as we need to remember this, it's partly because it's being washed out of the history books in some parts of the world, at least?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we enjoy a bit of freedom over here to make art to commemorate it, but in China, there are people making art to sort of mark the event, but they're sort of doing it under the radar and dodging censorship.
I mean, I was reading, correct me if I'm wrong, Gabby, that you've come across people who still actually deny it happened.
Yes. People who were born after the events say that it's probably Western propaganda and that it's not. I have people who say deny it happened or just doesn't know that it ever happened.
So Daniel, therefore, how important is it for you to commemorate this here? Because as far as I know, there's nothing else taking place by way of commemorations in the UK.
I don't think there is, no. I think it's massively important because as Gabby was saying, I think the government in China have kind of airbrushed it out of history. I think you know, it's so, the censorship is such that that on search engines, you know, 6489, well, you know, it's blocked. Tankman is blocked. And it's important for us as diaspora, because we do have that freedom at the moment, is, you know, if we don't remember, no one will. And I remember watching it on the TV and being of Chinese descent, and it was heartbreaking, I have to say. And it's a terrible thing to think that all those people can die in an event like that. I mean, no, we don't know the exact numbers, you know, some people say hundreds, some people say thousands, you know, and it went on all across China as well. It was a 7-week movement, 400 cities. It was a massive thing, and for it to be kind of, I don't think we can collude with that kind of erasure.
I think there are times, like we've seen plenty of protests over here recently. I think all the big environmental stuff grinding central London to a standstill, and whether you support it or are irritated by it, either which way, it's there, and we almost take it for granted, don't we, that people can do this and not get killed as a result.
Yeah.
We need to remember that, don't we?
Definitely. Absolutely, yeah.
So talk us through what is happening in terms of the pieces you're putting together. What can we expect to see?
There are several short plays. Dan's written one.
Yeah.
I'm doing a durational performance where we're asking the audience member to join digital communication, because we have moved on. And it's participatory, so they have a responsibility to go with it. We've got a brilliant sound designer scoring the whole thing for 5 hours, and audience members are welcome to come and go.
Yeah. Because, as you say, 5 hours, that's a long time to hold the concentration of an audience, but you're not expecting people to stay for the duration.
Oh, no, it's not the kind of event where you sit rooted to you. It's not one of those kind of, like Shakespeare marathons. You know, it's not. It's very much a kind of drop-in, drop-out kind of art installation thing with a diverse group of disciplines and responses.
And free to attend?
Yeah, free, yeah.
So where is this?
Omnibus Theatre in South London.
Right. Right, and as you say, I mean, the key to all of this is to, I guess it's obviously remembering what happened. Yeah. But it's all about trying to let it not happen again, but also, I guess, appreciating the freedoms that we do have here in the UK and other parts of the West.
Yeah.
I mean, there was something you were saying a minute ago about things like Extinction Rebellion, and it's worth remembering, I think, at that point in 1989, the People's Republic of China was very much at a crossroads, and that they did have this mass democracy movement, and all the eyewitness accounts at the time of people who were in the protests, what's really striking is how shocked and traumatised they were by the fact that the government had turned the army on them. Like, we tend to think, well, you know, I don't know, there's kind of various perceptions of China and what kind of regime it is, but they were shocked at the time. They didn't think that would happen. Yeah. You know, they were on the cusp of something, they felt.
Yeah.
It's shocking. If you do get a chance to sort of look it up on stuff that you can find online, it's worth seeing actually, because it's the brutality of it was just incredible to see, and it's the sort of thing we do need to stop happening again.
There is that iconic image, isn't there, of that solitary person in front of the tank who still hasn't been identified.
No one knows.
Yeah, no one knows who he is, and we can always.
What happened to him?
Or if he's still alive, he could be, he could not be. But we've got to move on also from just one image, because people's lives, the courses of people's lives, changed. I know personally that my life changed. That if that didn't happen, my mother would not have sent me away to the UK, because my home city was very much facing uncertainty, because it was going to be handed back to China 8 years after what happened in Tiananmen Square. So, yeah.
Well, look, best of luck with the installation today, for want of a better word. Really good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.